Hey, what's going on? This is Martin, owner and trainer of Fuller Fitness. Hopefully, you're doing well. And depending on if and when certain people see this video, hopefully, you had a Merry Christmas. This is literally the day after Christmas, uh, 12/26/2024. So, hopefully, you had a Merry Christmas. For anybody that sees this, obviously, after Christmas, it's literally the day after Christmas. And hopefully, you are doing a good job at whatever your journey is right now. If it's to most likely, if you're seeing a video like this or any of my stuff or any videos like this, it's likely because you are interested in strength training, lifting fairly heavy, if not very heavy, depending on what that is for you. And again, hopefully, depending on how people, any of you celebrate Christmas. You had a great Christmas, however you celebrated, and back to getting your stuff done. And for me, it is shoulder, so nothing changed for me. Still did my leg workout yesterday for Christmas. And still doing what I'm supposed to do today as far as shoulders. And as far as the workouts I'm doing this week, is to do more reps. Only a few more though. So for people who have seen me do very little reps over the years, I'm actually doing a few more this week. So a little lighter. The weight is a little lighter, and doing at least 2, if not 3 more reps. So I got 95 pounds here. I did a set before I started this video, so this is the second set, and I might do a third. So 95 pounds with, I almost said it wrong, Kensui Fitness dumbbells. For those who didn't see the video I did before, using these dumbbells, I think I did chest for that video. So depending on what dumbbells you use when you get your workout in, and like if you have Olympic dumbbells, at least that's what I was told the name of them are when I first bought them, Olympic dumbbells, and how loud they are when you put a certain amount of weight on. Actually, pretty much any amount of weight you put on Olympic dumbbells, and how loud it is when you're doing chest presses, shoulder presses, probably when I'm doing heavy rows also. But having these dumbbells here, unless you're doing something really stupid and being really ignorant and loud, you shouldn't really hear much of anything that you're doing with these dumbbells. So with the schedule I did have, to where I was doing my workouts at 5 in the morning, as you can see, it's light out, so I'm not working out that early as far as my workouts are concerned. So now there should be some daylight depending on what's going on, so I don't have to worry as much about whether it's really loud or not. But at the same time, to be working out in my apartment and living downstairs, not that that should matter all that much, but living downstairs and trying to be respectful in terms of not being really loud, and lucky enough to be able to do some of the stuff I'm doing in here. I'm not supposed to be lifting, trying to lift as heavy as I tried to lift in this apartment, because if you're lifting heavy, you're supposed to be working out in the basement or a garage. So hopefully I can get to that point to where I'm actually able to do that. Never lived by myself in the 39 years I've been alive, due to things not working for me as well as they could have and maybe should have. So, yeah. For you to, stay on your journey, um, and another thing to keep in mind when you're trying to do much of anything is just because you haven't succeeded in a certain way yet doesn't necessarily mean you're a failure. You might be failing to a certain degree and have to figure out what changes need to be made, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're a failure. So this will be the third and last set of this weight, and then move on to a different shoulder exercises, still using these dumbbells. So I'll have to take these weights off. Hopefully that doesn't take all that long when I do it. And then I do the rest of my shoulder. Actually, I think I'm gonna keep this weight on to save time. Keep the weight on, this weight on 95 pounds, and do shrugs, and then do all my other stuff, shoulder raises and lateral raises and rear delt raises and all that stuff, so that this video isn't longer than it has to be, and I don't have to, save time for me, which isn't a big deal to me. Might seem weird to others. Third and last set, even though you didn't see the first one. So I gotta take these weights. Oh no, I'm gonna do shrugs. So for those that are interested in certain dumbbells, for those of us who care to use dumbbells more so than not, I'll put the link below the video so you can look to see which version of these dumbbells you would like to get. I bought the Dumbell Max bundle, and with these you should be able to lift up to 150 pounds with these dumbbells, for those who can do it. But for those of us that want to lift heavier than that, who want to and can lift heavier than that, I did see a video where a guy had 168 pounds, excuse me, 168 pounds on dumbbells like these, even though the supposed max weight from the company is 150. So, for those that are kind of strong, if not very strong, and want these dumbbells, or will consider these dumbbells, try to see if you can put a certain amount on heavier than what the recommended weight is. If you want to try to put 170 on, which I did see a video of someone doing it. I don't think I've done it yet. If I did, I don't remember. I probably did. For shrugs or something, probably. If certain people want to try to squeeze on 180, if you can fit, for me, I would put multiple 35s on, which I actually do plan on doing. So put, at least 4 35s on, and 2 on each side, and however many plates you have on, to try to add 170, 180, and see if you can do your rows or whatever it is, and then not break the dumbbells. Otherwise, probably using Olympic dumbbells, even though they're louder. So if you don't live by yourself and or working out early in the morning or at night, um, do whatever might work for you. But as far as using these dumbbells, which I love due to them not being so damn loud, especially whenever I was working out at 5 a.m. So I gonna take the same dumbbells, 95 pounds, and I'm doing shrugs. If you're new to anything that I do or haven't seen my stuff in a while, I prefer dumbbells. Better range of motion for me, for anybody, but specifically for me. Not bothering my elbow, not bothering my shoulder when I'm doing anything. And then having these dumbbells and they're being so damn quiet even when I have heavy weight on. So, alright, so I think I might do anywhere between 15, 20 reps on here. I'm not sure today. Okay. 10. 20 reps. And the only time I'm likely to do 20 is if I'm recovering from lifting heavy for like a month or two, or I'm hurt, tired, or if I'm just doing shrugs. So I'm doing shrugs, I'm likely to do 10 or more reps. Otherwise I don't, which a lot of people should know that about me by now, depending on how long some of you, if any of you, been watching my stuff. So with these same dumbbells, which might seem annoying and time consuming to many people, but now, since I'm using lighter weight for the other shoulder exercises that I'm doing, instead of the bigger pieces for the bigger, heavier weight, now you put the smaller pieces on, and you just put your 5s, 10s, or whatever it is that you're using, 2.5s, and you put those on here, and you use this piece here so that the weights, if you're using Olympic plates, so if you use Olympic plates, the weights don't rattle around and make the exercise really loud. So again, that's another thing, being able to put a certain amount of weight on here and it not being really loud, whether you don't live by yourself or you work out early in the morning like I was. So even though I'm not working out earlier in the morning, I still love these due to even, not trying to be as quiet, but still the fact that it's not loud, and then I can still testing to see how much I can put on without the dumbbells breaking or being damaged in any way. And in case certain people are interested in asking a certain question, which is a very dumb question, in my opinion, for people who ask stupid questions like, what happens if you drop them? Why the hell would you drop them? Like, there's nothing impressive or useful with you dropping dumbbells, regardless of where you're working out. So for those who are dumb enough to ask that question, in my opinion, why the hell are you dropping them? Especially if certain people like, well, the dumbbells get damaged when I drop them, or certain dumbass questions, or things that people would say. And it's like, well, instead of you being upset with your dumbbells being damaged when you drop them, why don't you stop being a dumbass and stop dropping them? So yeah, if you drop certain dumbbells, it's very likely they're going to get damaged in some way, shape, or form. and it's your fault. So, so I don't understand how anybody be dumb enough to drop dumbbells. They get damaged and make it seem like the company didn't do a good job of making the dumbbells or whatever. And it's like, so it's the company's fault that you're dumb enough to drop dumbbells or any weight but drop dumbbells, and now you want to try to go to a different company. And so how many times are you going to keep buying new dumbbells and breaking them before you realize you're the dumbass and you need to stop dropping the dumbbells? So even though this might seem time consuming for those who want to convince themselves that they're really busy, or certain people who actually are busy, and you use loadable dumbbells, adjustable dumbbells, however some of us might want to word it, phrase it, and you know, if I wasn't doing this video, it wouldn't be taking this long. But you know, just to make sure you have an idea of what and how to do if you consider dumbbells like this, you know, instead of spending hundreds if not thousands of dollars on multiple different dumbbells, men, women, whoever, males, females, young, old. If you're considering getting certain dumbbells to where you don't have to spend more money than necessary, that's what stuff like this is for. You know, so again, with the fact that they are so quiet, which I love, and a lot of people should, depending on where they live and what they're trying to do. And again, it might seem, why am I missing one? Never mind, found it. Might seem like it's time consuming, possibly a waste of time. That's not entirely true, if at all, actually, because again, if I wasn't, you know, with the schedule that I had, I used to do my workouts at like 4:45, between 4:45 and 5 a.m. And was able to get my stuff done pretty good before eating breakfast and, you know, eating breakfast, walking the dog, shaving, shower, brush the teeth, and all this other stuff that people should be doing, and you know, and still have you know, time to do my stuff after. You know, as long as you're not taking an overabundance of time doing certain things, you should be good to go. Alright, sometimes I have an issue with this and I'm not sure why. So, let me see, is it because I need to take this one piece off, which is probable. So yeah, the fact that it seems like this is taking a certain period of time is more on me than it is the equipment. I kind of forget how many pieces I need sometimes, or a lot. Especially on shoulder days, I forget how many pieces I need or not. There we go, looks like I'm good now. Actually, yeah, I think, yeah, I have this problem every week, and it's my fault. Once you use smaller pieces, you don't need the one. So yeah, that's the part I keep forgetting. Ah, shit. All right, give me a second. All right, so I think I make this mistake every time I do shoulders. And instead of using the big piece, I use the smaller piece, which I showed you a little while ago. And for those who saw the chest workout that I did, telling you guys about these dumbbells. Alright, so now I use the smaller piece instead. I don't remember what the smaller piece is called, but now you put those in, and I'm gonna be, I think I'm good. I was gonna say I'm gonna be pissed if I find out this is wrong. So yeah, if you are, if you're not recording a video and trying to rush, then you shouldn't have the issues that I'm having right now. So trying to make it to where this video isn't longer than it has to be. But even if I wasn't recording, there's a possibility I still would have done some of the same stuff and still used the wrong pieces and stuff like that. So again, grab a smaller piece that fits in there. And again, I've done workouts before, going to certain meetings or whatever, and was able to get my workout in and done just fine. So I'm just having an issue right now for some reason. But once I set this up, I believe I should be good to go. And like I said, I bought the Max bundle. When I got this, and that's for any of us who prefer to lift as heavy as we possibly can or somewhere really close to it. I think I might have to take the one piece off. And then I actually like the way the dumbbells look once you put on whatever weight you're putting on. I actually like the way it looks, especially with the plates that I bought. So once you actually put your weight on, I like the way it looks. The black of the dumbbells, and then the color of some of my plates. So again, if you're not in a rush and stuff like that, should be less likely to have some of the issues that I'm having. And if you just happen to remember to to use one piece compared to others, then you shouldn't have the issues that I'm having, that I was having when I first started putting these together today, this time. But I believe we still should be able to get this stuff in and done, this video in and done. For those who watch the whole video, that on, grab a 5, 10, put that on. So even though this might seem time consuming, that's more of my fault than the equipment being an issue. Okay, so that, where's my 5? 5, and then where's my 1? The hell? Oh, found it. All right. Nope, not that one. Let's see. And again, these little pieces here make it to where if you're using a limit plates, if you're using standard plates, you're probably good to go in terms of not using many of these adapters or whatever the heck they're called. I don't remember. I don't think the name matters, because if you buy the dumbbells from the company, you don't have to buy them. They come included, and then you can buy more. But if you get the adjustable max like I did, they come included. But that's for those of us that want to lift really heavy. You get all these additional pieces because it's likely for us to put more weights on. So I have 3 plates on each side. So we lift this up. So now I've done my presses, I've done my shrugs, so now I'm gonna do all my other stuff. So I have 20, 30, ooh, let me see, 20, 30, 32, yeah. All right, so I was starting to think I had more weight on than I thought I did. So, thought I had 38 pounds on here, even though I have done that before. So I got 35 pounds on here. Yeah, 35 pounds on the dumbbells. All right, so. And then I turn my thumb up, if you can see that difference. And all right, so I'm not, technically all of us are bodybuilders with the exercises that we're doing, and what many of us are trying to do for our body. It's just more likely for some compared to others. For those who know about the bodybuilding competitions and stuff like that. I'm just an online personal trainer, but with us doing the stuff that we're doing in some way, shape, or form, we're all bodybuilders. So, um, in terms of me, using different angles and different angles and different equipment and different speeds, whatever variation of stuff that you do or thought about doing or whatever the case may be for you. So, and compared to what I was doing before with the schedule that I have, because I think some of you might have heard me say a few times over the last 3 or 4 years that I was doing 6 days. So depending on how many times I may have mentioned it in the last few months, or at least the last 1 or 2 months, I'm back down to 5 days. I'm kind of thinking and hoping I don't go back to 6 days. I don't think it's necessary. So another thing, one, not doing 6 days. Two, doing 1 or 2 sets more than what I was doing. And then just having the weekend, especially at 39 years old, having the weekend to, with my schedule, having the weekend to recover mentally, physically, and emotionally recover and relax and be ready for next week, So Mondays, back, Tuesdays, chest, Wednesday, lower body, Thursday, shoulders, like I'm doing now for those who know it's Thursday, and then Friday, arms, including forearms. So, so this is set number 11. This is set number 2. Make sure. For some reason I felt like that was wobbling for some reason. I think I'm good to go. Alright, so again, to do 1 or 2 reps at one angle, or well, obviously 2. So 2 reps at one angle, 2 reps at another. So 1, 2, 1, 2. And then I will do something else. I will do one more set of that, and then do lateral. Lateral raises. For me, and I guess more for bodybuilders, they might take, or people who actually compete or want to, they might do anywhere between 60 and 90 seconds between sets. For those of us who want to do more powerlifting, for those who don't know, it's likely for us to do 2 to 5 minutes between sets. I'll be pissed if I was to do more than 3 minutes, and if I ever do 3 minutes, I didn't do it on purpose. Either something happened to, I work out at home, so if something's going on with the dog, something's going on with the cat, or I get really nervous about doing a certain exercise because I work out at home and by myself. So if I get nervous about lifting a certain weight, it might take me longer to do it because I'm just sitting there, hoping that I can do it sometimes. And even if I've done it before, sometimes it's just like, oh man, so taking multiple breaths and trying to calm myself down, and then whether it's a shoulder press here or a chest press, but usually at least 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes and 30 seconds, possibly 3 minutes. If it's longer than that, I'll be pissed, because for me, it's just like if I'm taking that long, I'm either way too nervous or lifting a little heavier than I should or something. So 2 to 3 minutes between sets. So I think this is the third and last set. if I'm not mistaken. And then we move to laterals. And you know, to not be rocking and dancing and stuff like that. So all right. So now it's just to chillax a little bit. I use the same weight. If it feels like I can, I use the same weight. So if I'm going heavy, I'm going light. When I'm doing the shoulder exercises, I use the same weight and just figure out whether or not I do a few more reps or whatever it is. But I've been using the same weight whenever I do these exercises for years. I don't remember how many years, but for quite a while I've been using the same weight. So I did 35s for those, 35 for lateral, 35 for rear delt. The rear delt exercise, you know, so you know, do what you need to do. You know, going to the bathroom in between sets, drinking some water in between sets. With high hopes you're not taking too much time in between sets. You know, because that's the thing that bothers me when people say they don't have time, enough time to work out. You know, it's like, well, you know, if you're not on your phone, you know, looking at certain things on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is that people are looking at, pictures and texting and all these different things that people are doing. Obviously, if you're doing all that stuff, it's going to take you longer to get your workout in and done. So with the lateral raises, I do one at a time, less stress on my shoulder, two, three, 4, and 4. Doing one at a time. That's less stress on my shoulder, less stress on my elbows, less stress on my back. So, you know, especially when you see people do, certain people do 2 dumbbells at a time. Again, I don't believe in using momentum. So, if people are doing 2 at a time and they're trying to go heavy, then you see them. When I was growing up, I would see people do stuff like that, which is unsafe in my opinion, and obviously stupid if it's unsafe, because that's just doing so much on your back to be doing all that. If it's that heavy, then either lighten a load or slow down. Lighten a load or slow down. If not both. So lighten a load or slow down. So I only have 35 pounds, and some people seem to try to do heavier, which if you can do it, go for it. I don't remember. I probably tried to do 40 pounds before. I might have done at least 37, but it used to bother my left elbow whenever I did it. So that was an issue for me before I randomly learned of a way to overcome the elbow issues I was having before. So I'm good now to where I can do the same weight on both sides and it not being a problem. For probably a year now, actually. Excuse me. All right, one more set of that. Interesting thing is, I think I was supposed to lift a little lighter with the with the shoulder exercises I'm doing now. I was supposed to lift. I think I was only planned on doing. I think I only planned on doing 30 pounds. But I got 35 on here, so but I feel fine, so we're good. And I'm still doing more than 3 reps, so you can probably do 5 actually. So I think we're good. Even though the first one, doing the front raises, I did 2 and 2. But that's just something I've been doing for, I think, quite a bit this year. Actually, I've been doing that instead of doing one set here and then another set here. I think I've just been combining them, so doesn't seem like a problem. So I think I got one more set, if I'm not mistaken. I'm gonna be kind of mad if I did more than necessary, but I think I got one more set of laterals, then rear delt, and that'll be it. For anyone who's still watching to a certain point, if you watch the rest of so I got one more exercise after this, which is the rear delt. So if you actually stay till the end, then for those who watch till the end and see the last exercise that I do, I actually have a surprise for those who might be, or a special that might be interested in online personal training. So keep watching, because I'm almost done, and then I'm going to do rear delt, and then I have a special for those who actually watch to the end, for those who might be interested in online personal training from me. I should have said that earlier, but due to the issues I was having with the dumbbells, I forgot. So sorry about that. But I believe this is the third and last set for this one, and then on to rear delt, and then let you know what my special is for those that might be interested in online personal training from me. 1. You know what? Let me do this. 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And since it's the last set, I'm gonna do that one more time. 1, 2. Ooh. 1, 2. That is it for that exercise. So one more exercise. So I'm going to do one more exercise, and for those who actually made it to this point in terms of watching the video, if you are interested in online personal training, at least a little bit, from me, I am going to do for 90 days of online personal training, to make sure you get to the point you're trying to get to in terms of increasing your strength more than you have, depending on where you are now and compared to where you're trying to go. And having me as your online personal trainer. For 90 days, you get to do online personal training and get $100 off. So usually I only do that for people that are local, where I live now in New York State. So I usually give out gift cards for that. So instead of doing that for you, if you're actually interested and you do 90 days or 180 days of online personal training, it's $100 off. And I'll have the link at the bottom of the video. So a link at the bottom of the video for the dumbbells that I'm using for anyone that's interested in that. And a link at the bottom if you are interested in 90 days of online personal training, or 180 days of online personal training to help you get to where you're trying to get to, compared to where you are at now, and to get $100 off compared to what the usual price is for 90 days and for 180 days. So, rear delt exercise. In fact, I'm just going to start with 90 days, $100 off for 90 days. And then if you send me a direct message on Instagram, Fuller Fitness BNY. If you go to Fuller Fitness BNY and direct message me on Instagram and let me know that you saw this video, for if you want to do more than 90 days, if you feel you want to do more than 90 days but still get $100 off, direct message me at Fuller Fitness BNY on Instagram, and we'll get that going I'll get that going for you. You won't have to deal with anybody else, just me. Alright, so this is rear delt for me. Alright. I think when I was growing up and I saw people doing that exercise, I think people bent their elbows. For me, the only time you bend your elbows doing an exercise for like this for shoulders is if it bothers your elbow. So if you keep your arm out to make a T, if that bothers your elbow, then you would try to shorten it and do the exercise. But it does seem like it doesn't work your shoulder as much when you do that. So again, you might just have to lighten the load, use different equipment, slow down. So there are multiple options, and that's what I love about what I do, being an online personal trainer, is you don't have to do just this one thing, want this one piece of equipment, or doing stuff that's popular. Hopefully you do what works for you compared to what's popular and compared to what other people might be doing. That hurt. Alright. So this is the second set. So again, that's a change for me. I used to only do 2 sets. But now with my schedule, I'm not doing 6 days. Now I'm doing 3. 2. Not using momentum. 3, 4, 5. 6. Alright, so if it wasn't for me having the issues I was having with my dumbbells, we would probably be like 5 or 10 minutes further along. 5 minutes or longer further along, so I apologize about that. Hopefully, whether I'm recording or not, I can remember to not use these and use the other ones. So the smaller ones. I don't know why I keep having that issue, but hopefully I can get that situated, whether I'm recording for you or not. Alright, so like I said, usually hopefully a minimum of 2 minutes when I'm lifting as heavy as I want to, if not heavier. Maybe 3 minutes, but if I'm over that, if I go over that, it's either because I'm really nervous and overthinking whether I can do it or not. Other than that, 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes and 30 seconds, maybe 2 minutes and 45 seconds. And that's the good thing about working out at home, at least for me. I don't have kids or a girlfriend or a wife. I do have a dog and a cat, but I don't have a girlfriend or kids or anything to get in the way, slow me down, asking me questions. Anybody walking around half naked if I was at the gym. People taking equipment, hogging equipment, talking on their phone, chatting on their phone, so just all this other stuff that other people might have to deal with when they work out at the gym or even some people who do work out at home but have kids and stuff like that. So I don't have the excuse of kids, girlfriend, wife. I do have a dog, but usually he's off doing something else while I'm working out. Sometimes he'll come up asking, begging for attention, which is fine, depending on how heavy I'm trying to lift at the time. Like if I got 150 something pound dumbbells on my lap, and then he comes over trying to get attention, that's a problem. But especially with the nervousness that I might accidentally drop the dumbbells on him. So hopefully no one has that issue for those of us who lift heavy and have dogs or kids, but I don't have kids. Unless, the dog is 5, so for the most part he's grown, so not necessarily a kid. And it's not my dog, so I didn't know he was going to be with me as long as he has been. All right. So for those who are interested in online personal training, and it's very unlikely any of you have hired me for online personal training yet. You get personal profile, daily workouts, depending on what we agree upon as far as how many workouts per week, for the 90 days, $100 off for those who use the link below the video for 90 days. If you're interested in 6 months of online personal training, direct message me at Fuller Fitness BNY on Instagram, so I can get that going for you. You get to the app that I use for your online workouts. You get to message me, and then I'll message you as soon as I can, depending on what's going on for the both of us, between when you send the message, when I see it. I believe I'm going to do weekly check-ins to make sure you're okay, compared to before I was doing bi-weekly. So weekly check-ins on the app to make sure you're okay. If there are certain changes that need to be made or you want made, most likely need to be made. Progress pictures. So that's another thing. I'm hoping that depending on what your goal is, you don't spend much time on the scale. So having progress pictures in the app and no one sees it other than me and you. If someone else sees it, that's because you shared it. So that, and to make sure I don't spend too much time on the video. Again, if you have questions, comments, or concerns, there shouldn't be concerns, but send me a direct message at Fuller Fitness BNY on Instagram, and let's get you started. This is Mark's home owner and trainer of Fuller Fitness. Take care.